That is exactly what I hope BYU does to Kaidon Salter Saturday night. And heck, even if it isn't Kaidon Salter, Jordan Staub, Julian Lewis, whoever's at quarterback for Colorado, you better hope that Jordan Seaton and his teammates are forced to just scream at him, run.
Advised, my OnlyFans is now 20% off.
Weirdos are going to come after y'all.
Prime got draws, man. What's wrong with y'all? Prime got draws with great packaging.
Oh, no. I don't know who told you that.
Hey, Buff Nation. I know y'all saw that clip. BYU podcasters like Jake Hatch talking like they've already got Saturday's game wrapped up in a gift bag. Real spicy, real confident, real delusional. But let me make one thing clear for anyone still living in last year's bowl game. Today's price ain't yesterday's price. This Buffs team ain't that team. We're healthier, deeper, nastier, and ready to cash receipts.
Even if this offensive line is better, I don't think it's elite. And in fact, I think BYU is probably just already thinking, what are we going to do this time to torture them? Jordan Seaton, who's their star left tackle, he's a fantastic football player. But one guy does not make an offensive line. You need to have 5 guys who work in sync, obviously understand things on a deeper level. And I think BYU's defensive line, the games they'll play, the twists, the stunts, the blitzes they'll bring, and bringing it from literally everywhere, BYU is going to confuse Colorado once again, and Kaidon Salter better be ready to run because we saw this past week. I don't remember who the left tackle is from Green Bay. It's a clip that's going to live on in infamy for years. He gets beat by Myles Garrett on an inside move, and you literally hear him on film yell, "Jordan, run!" Speaking to Jordan Love. That is exactly what I hope BYU does to Kaidon Salter Saturday night. And heck, even if it isn't Kaidon Salter, Jordan Staub, Julian Lewis, whoever's at quarterback for Colorado, you better hope that Jordan Seaton and his teammates are forced to just scream at him, run. That is what BYU needs to do defensively, and I believe they absolutely have the horses to do it even better this year than they did a season ago. It's no slight to BYU's defensive linemen from last year. I loved what John Nelson, Blake Mangelson, Isaiah Banya, and Tyler Batty brought, but I'm telling you, Keanu Tanavasa, John Talmoya-Peau, Vil Puha, who else am I thinking of? Bodie Schoonover, Hunter Clegg, on down the list of the defensive linemen BYU has on this team. I think they're more athletic. I think they're more versatile. And I think the ability to intermix with BYU's linebacking core, because tell you, Jack Kelly, Isaiah Glasker, and Ciala Serra ain't taking a backseat to anybody in this league. I think they're going to absolutely just mess with the head of Kaidon Salter, and he's not going to be understanding where things are coming from, why they're happening, and heck, we may even get another clip from him on the sidelines, much like his predecessor in Shedeur Sanders saying, I don't understand.
I can see that BYU is still watching old tapes. The Cougars are strutting around as if they found the cheat code. They're watching the 2024 tape like it still matters. That's like showing up to a gunfight with a Nerf blaster from Walmart. Cute, but outdated. Check the expiration date, boys. That film belongs in the recycling bin. Sure, last year, Colorado walked into that bowl game banged up, short on depth, and basically duct taping the offense together. BYU smacked us, no doubt. But this year, different story. That's like flexing you beat up someone who had the flu last year, then acting like you can do it again now that they hit the gym, got healthy, and put on 20 pounds of muscle. Meet the new Buffs. This ain't the one-man or two-man show anymore. Salter is finally looking like QB1. McKinney is turning the secondary into a lockdown zone. Seaton and Xavier Hill are anchoring that offensive line like a brick wall with anger issues. The run game, real. The defense, hungry. Coach Prime didn't spend the offseason building depth for nothing. This roster has real dudes at every level. BYU podcasters are laughing like they're still facing the thin roster of last year. Wrong. You're walking into a unit ready to remind you what pain feels like. So keep thinking Colorado's offense didn't change much, no matter who's at quarterback. Okay? Y'all keep thinking like it's a Netflix rerun. Seen it once, know the ending. Sorry, not this season. This year, we've got alternate endings, surprise twists, bonus scenes. You thought it was bubble screens and chaos? Nah. BYU. Welcome to primetime, director's cut. They're talking like Boulder is Provo Part 2. Let me tell you something. Lil Wayne doesn't pull up to Wyoming. Celebs don't fly to Laramie. But Boulder It's a different vibe, a different energy, a different squad. The revenge tour starts here. Look, Buff Nation knows the bowl game was ugly, but that was yesterday's price. This Saturday, the Buffs get their shot at redemption. And trust me, revenge tastes best at home, under the lights, with 50,000 fans screaming like banshees. We've heard the disrespect. We've seen the memes. We've read the same old Colorado jokes. That's fine. Let BYU keep chirping. But Saturday, the Buffs get the last laugh. Prediction time. Buffs come out swinging. No slow starts. No letting BYU set the tone. First quarter, we're throwing haymakers. Salter builds off Wyoming with another statement game. Defense finally wakes up and shuts down the run. Final score, Colorado 34, BYU 24. Not a blowout, but enough to shut down the trash talk, enough to flip the narrative, enough to remind the nation that this ain't last year's team. So, BYU podcasters, enjoy your week of clout chasing, because when Saturday hits, today's price is not yesterday's price. The Buffs ain't the same. Buff Nation ain't the same. This team is hungry, it's healthy, and it's deep. Saturday night, we cashing receipts and clapping cheeks.